This one mindset shift changed my life completely. I am happier, healthier, and wealthier. The inflow of money started happening from most unexpected sources. In this video, I will share the exact 3 techniques I used to turn around my life. Welcome back to Untangle Life with Anchal. Today, I want to talk about the trap जिसमें हम में से मोस्टली लोग फंसे हुए हैं. A trap that looks like ambition, feels like ambition, sounds like ambition, but slowly it steals our joy. ये एक belief है that we cannot be content and ambitious at the same time. मतलब हम अगर satisfy हो जाएं, खुश हो जाएं with what we have, we can't grow further in life. And if we become grateful, we'll lose our motivation. That if we pause and appreciate what we have, somehow we'll become complacent. And so we keep chasing the next milestone, the next promotion, the next achievement, the next fitness goal, convinced that happiness is waiting just beyond that next finish line. But what if the finish line keeps moving? I want to share my personal story here. Almost 2 साल से I wanted to start a podcast. I would think about it, plan it, imagine it, talk about it. I had ideas, I had notes, I had notebooks full of ideas, I had episode concepts, but I did not have a podcast. अगर आपके पास भी कोई ऐसा गोल है या ड्रीम है which is sitting quietly in the back of your mind, then year after year you keep on thinking about it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. आपको पता है ये आपको करना है, आपको पता है ये आपको चाहिए and it is important for you, but somehow life gets busy. Other priorities take over. Fear creeps in, perfectionism shows up, and you keep postponing it. Then finally, I started एक नहीं 3 podcasts, 2 audio और एक video podcast. Something I had wanted to do for years. Now logically, that should feel amazing. And honestly, it does. लेकिन almost immediately, my mind wanted to move the goalpost. Instead of celebrating the fact that finally, जो मैं कब से करना चाहती थी वो मैंने कर लिया है शुरू, at least start किया है, my mind started asking, कितने views मिले, कितने subscribers हैं, why isn't it growing faster, क्या ये podcast successful है, what should I do next, can I make it bigger? And one day I caught myself thinking this because I realized I was about to miss the joy of achieving something I had genuinely wanted. Because my mind had already shifted its attention to what had not happened yet. That mindset was keeping me in a miserable state instead of a happy place. Certainly, I want to make better videos and grow my podcast audience also. But why not acknowledge for a moment that yes, I have a podcast, not 1 but 3. And I think ये हम में से बहुत feel करते हैं. Maybe it's for you, it's not a podcast, it's a career goal, a relationship, a business, a house, a fitness milestone, financial stability, a degree, something you once wanted desperately. Think about it. सोचो ज़रा आपके पास ऐसा क्या है जो आपको शायद 5 साल पहले या 10 साल पहले चाहिए था, that a younger version of you would be thrilled about. Take a moment, really think about it, because chances are there is something in your life right now that you once prayed for, and yet your mind barely notices it anymore. For example, in my case, I wanted a home, a happy family, and honestly, today I have got it. even if my house is not at the location in the city that I wanted, but still it is exactly how I dreamed. It's a good, spacious, airy house full of nature around us, a terrace garden, everything nice, and a happy family life. So now, should I be thankful for it or be sad that it's not at the desired location? That's where the happiness trap begins. The trap is not ambition. The trap is constantly postponing happiness until the next achievement. We tell ourselves, I'll be happy when, I'll relax when, I'll enjoy life when, I'll feel successful when. And the destination keeps on moving again and again and again. One of the ideas that stayed with me after reading and reflecting on human behavior is that human beings are uniquely wired to imagine better futures. It's one of the reasons we have progressed so much as a species. We innovate, we improve, we dream, we create, we build, but that same gift of imagining a better future can become a burden when we lose touch with the present. Because if the mind is always focused on what's missing, it becomes blind to what's already there. Now, coming to the mindset shift that I talked about in the beginning of the video, and I applied it in my life as well, I want to introduce something I call the thought code. Over the years, I have become fascinated by one question: how do our thoughts create our lives? In a practical way. Because every result begins somewhere. And in my experience, it begins with a thought. A thought creates an emotion influences a decision influences an action, when repeated, becomes a habit. It becomes a part of you, which then drives your life outcomes and shapes your destiny. So, thought creates your destiny. Think about that. If a dominant thought is, I don't have enough, then no achievement will ever feel enough because the thought remains the same. The circumstances change. I achieve more, but I haven't changed my wiring of that thought. It doesn't change. And if the thought does not change, the emotional experience associated with it does not change either. The mind simply finds a new reason to be dissatisfied. This is what I call the scarcity coding. The scarcity coding sounds like I need more to feel worthy. I need more to feel successful. I need more to feel secure. I need more before I can relax. I need more before I can be happy. And here is a strange thing: you can be successful and still live in scarcity. You can be wealthy and still live in scarcity in your head, because what you have is not enough. You can be admired and still live in scarcity because your dominant thought is I'll be happy only when I get 1 million followers. Because scarcity isn't about what you have, it's about how you think. Now compare that with what I call abundance coding. Abundance coding says, I'm grateful for what I have, and I'm excited about what I'm creating, what I want to grow further. I want to earn more. Do you notice the difference? One is driven by lack, the other is driven by abundance. One says, I need more because I'm less, I'm in lack, I'm incomplete. The other says, I want to grow and contribute more because I am already happy and whole. And since this shift in my mindset Trust me, the abundance and wealth has just started flowing in from all the sources that I never even knew existed. This brings me to one of the most transformative ideas I have learned. Most of us spend our lives identifying ourselves through our roles. I'm my profession, I'm my income, I'm my achievements. Say I'm a doctor, I'm my failures, I'm my status, I'm my title. But what happens when those things change? Because they always do. Careers change, businesses change, relationships change, bodies change, circumstances change, life changes. Your sense of self depends entirely on external things, then your peace becomes dependent on external things. And that is an exhausting way to live. If we remember that before all the roles we play, we are alive, a conscious being. You do anything, you achieve anything because you are, because you exist in this present form of your body and mind. We are not valuable because we achieve. We achieve because we are valuable. That is a very different way of looking at life. Because it's when you shift your perspective like that, the race to your goalpost suddenly eases. It becomes more healthier, joyful, and you are no longer trying to prove yourself. You are expressing yourself. You're no longer chasing worthiness. You're creating from being worthy already. And that changes everything. I think one of the biggest misunderstandings in personal growth is the idea that contentment and ambition are opposites. They are not. Contentment is not the opposite of ambition. Contentment is the opposite of discontentment. You can be very content and still have big goals. You can be grateful and still want to grow. You can appreciate today and build a better tomorrow. In fact, I would argue that the healthiest form of ambition comes from contentment. Because when you are content, your goals stop being about filling an inner void. They become more about contribution, creativity, expression, service, growth. Because you're not lacking, you have something to give, to bring to the table. And this is where I want you to pause, to reflect. Where in your life are you moving the goalpost? Just think. Where are you refusing to acknowledge your own progress? Where are you so focused on what is missing that you cannot see what is present? And perhaps, most importantly, what achievement have you normalized that once felt impossible? Take a breath. Think about that. Bring to mind 3 things in your life that you are grateful for. 3 things that already exist. 3 blessings that have become so familiar that you rarely notice them. Allow yourself to appreciate them emotionally. Feel the gratitude, feel the fullness, feel the abundance that is already present. And now, think about one goal that you are working towards, one aspiration, any next step that you want to take. Now hold both of them together, the things you are grateful for and your next goal, contentment and ambition, present and future, enoughness and growth. Before we close, I want to leave you with 3 practices. Practice number 1, every night, write down one thing you achieved that day. Not because it was extraordinary, but because your mind needs evidence of progress. Practice number two: before writing your goals, write your gratitudes. Train your mind to see what is present before focusing on what is up. Practice number three: whenever you sit down to work, when you are actually putting in the work to achieve your goals, don't start from scratch. Yes, you heard that right. Don't start from scratch. First of all, pat yourself on the back for the good work you did yesterday or day before. And then picture in your head the exact scene of you achieving your next goal. For example, if you want to be the CEO of a company, imagine sitting yourself on that chair in that cabin and feel the emotions that you would feel at that time. These three practices, which I have applied in my life, will help you operate from the abundance mindset instead of the scarcity mindset. And finally, I want to leave you with this thought: growth is beautiful, ambition is beautiful, dreams are beautiful, but don't wait to be happy until you have arrived there. Because contentment is not the reward at the end of the journey. Contentment is the energy that makes the journey worth taking. The goal is to become more conscious of what you already have while creating what you want next. Thank you for spending this time with me. Share this episode with at least one person who wants to grow and also needs a dose of happiness. Subscribe to my channel so that I can share more of such ideas and videos with you. I'll see you soon again. Thank you.